Haile Selassie mission is no joke thing. I know 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, A, digga digga, the cat and the figure same thing. And about weed, idols true are wearing heights, gold and green. You have to know his words and works to understand why he's supreme. Mount Zion is real, unlike heaven in your dreams. The road is narrow and long. You have to be prepared to fight on the battlefield. In and out, cause Selassie army don't retreat in a seat. So me have to lick a lightning in the Rasta house, cause some king a flex like Back and Belly Rock, and some princess a flex like Minnie Mouse. I don't know where them a promote, but it's either them clean up them art or continue trad south. No skin teeth, no joke. Me say the way I'm serious, all the chalice have to go out. Judgment has spread like lava from coast to coast. Some man.
Yes, badass pan them case again, the runaway slave. Chronicling his story. Yes, the last 2 piece of episode me drop on now. It was to do with the imposter, and so far that I've taken a different turn to. First, I want to say maximum respect to all who is taking the time to listen to my story. Respect, because for someone to actually take time to listen, most people now have enough, them focus is only for 5 minutes. So most people can't look past something more than 10 minutes. So for all who take the time out to listen to the chronics, mutual respect. There is some people who I want to send special requests to, but Arawak Indian, the same kind of respect where I give to me, it is returning on that same level. I'm going to use you to tell a story now too. When I touch back Jam 1, you have a little youth, a Rasta youth. Him no wear shirt, him wear slampata and short pants. Him locks go like Jesus, and him wear a shash on him head. Me I describe for so people can know. Him travel between Rockfort and the Mountain View and Dunkirk era. Them call him Darkness. Now the youth there was a very how can I say, peculiar youth. Cause every word out time out end with dark. So me call him Darkness. And it's a youth where me spend a lot of time with, reasoning with him. Iron Dove Chronicle spend a lot of time reasoning with that youth. The reason why me and Dove Chronicle it spend a lot of time and reasoning with this youth, this story is for you, Arawak Indian. You see, Jabi, the mindset we may have, the head we may have, is for hear new things and identify instant with new things. Now, the last public appearance the whole man do, him tell I if do one thing, and that is Rastafari need a new faculty of thinking. I repeat this, the man go as far to tell us, say, what did make the movement move 70 years ago can't move the movement today and can't move them youth here. Everyone hear what the man say, and still stagnated. Now, Wayne never say is what him give me ambassadorship to come and tell you now. Hence, the things that me I talk about now, I lick everybody chip. Because the first thing I tell you now, we manufacture this movement for a specific reason. Respect goes out to my team there in South Africa. For those who did not know, I have a team there on the ground in South Africa. I have a team there. So respect goes out to man like Mojo, man like Cat, man like Ibo Shanti. Respect. They still hold it down, not the gravel down there. But moving, because we're going to stay focused on what we're talking about now. The elders them before I telling you in the trading yesterday that every elder name them. Because I tell you them two elders I never know, which is Clytus Henry and Percival Howell. I never meet these two men. But I am a Clytus Henry follower. Even though I never meet him yet. But I'll get to that in a minute. Now, all the elders them before you name them, Sam Brown, name them, have used Jaboni and other army team of program us and send us out in the world to manifest and carry out certain works. Hence, Priest Paul is still up there in Ethiopia, holding down the ground. You have a lot of people, when them hear Priest Paul history and Priest Paul thing, them get coward and afraid. Because I pay coward that come join Rasta nowadays, you know. You have to know these things. I pay, because we depend the infiltration. I pay coward that come join Rasta nowadays. Pay a little punk. Some coward. Some scholaristic coward. Some Bible carrying boy come in the movement now. So let me tell them something and show them something. Because sometimes when we get that way, them say, Jabi, how trouble you? Nobody not trouble me. But this is how we learn to speak. Now you see the man here? Look upon him. See the man here? For those that know, that's Che. That's Che. When we look upon the history of Che and what Che was able to do for Fidel Castro, for places in Africa, Angola and these places, we in Jamaica, because you have to know how we function in Jamaica, we create our own Che. We created our own Che. So now I'm going to tell you now who was our Che. Dennis Bart, the infamous Kappa, leader of the Up at Stepper, was our Che. Every little road youth hold Kappa. Kappa is a real icon under the ground. So me I bring him up on the ground, you know, me gonna know. Kappa is a next icon for Rasta. The only time in Jamaica Badlands when guns down is when Kappa up on the road. You see where I'm going to Jamaica right now? You see where I'm going to Jamaica right now? Me just tell you simple. You see where I'm going to Jamaica right now? Even in a West Kingston, if Kappa was around, Kappa wouldn't even fire a shot and the place would have quiet. He wouldn't even fire a shot. So let me just wind up and come forward again. 1976 when Kappa walked out of Spanish Town prison. Who can recall? West Kingston was how it is today. Shatter blazing. East, west, north and south. And once Kappa come out, it was guns down. Hence you have the peace treaty. The peace treaty follow behind Kappa Commoner Street, you know. Guns down. Because Kappa present a street, make all youth were in a tribal. Everybody want to rally around Kappa. And you couldn't bring your political strife in a Kappa camp. See? And Kappa camp was a disciplinary camp. It's a camp that was good for the little boys them. Even though Kappa is who him is, but you had to have some kind of discipline to be a hard stepper. So now, we move from Kappa now. One of my brethren comment, and this, I wasn't going to do anything today, but this comment is when draw me forward to the table, because now, at these kind of reason me want to, but my head, me can't talk how me want to talk, or my feel for talk about. But when I see a comment like this now, it make me want to talk some more. Because now, it tell me now so some serious question raised. Melody music, sound production, right. The most relevant topic of discussion and must be addressed is the imposter that we allow to infiltrate us. The Virgin said, give thanks for the words. Any man today saying Rastafari must be perplexed as to where we were supposed to be going, as to where we are today. It is evident that Rastafari movement has been infiltrated, assimilated, and derailed, just as stated by high subject raised, such as how the Catholic Church and other foreign institutions seems to be funding and playing a role in I&I affair is beyond overstanding. Only by addressing the wrong move and removing the weeds can we move forward. Stand firm as the saying goes. Only the truth can set you free. So, make we discuss that some more then, no? Now, talk about infiltration. The infiltration of the movement started 1972. It was started by I. Wallman. He was the one, he was the first collaborator. That's truth we are talking, so come on now. That's truth we are talking. Mortimer Planner was the first collaborator. My old man was the first collaborator. This started 1972 when he opened the door and make Dr. Caraliani come sit down in the yard and lit chalice with him. I can't go find a picture to come show you, but let me tell you something. Me I go talk how me I talk, you know. And me not show no receipt. The only time I go show no receipt are when I ask him out, nigga. come on my channel, come challenge me. You have to come with evidence to challenge me, then me will pull out evidence. Me not come here to show you what I know. Me tell you what I know. So the first collaborator was Mortimer Planner. He was the first man to let a whitey in the camp. So him letting Dr. Carol Yarney in the camp. Him and her sit down. She was a Buddhist. She was a Buddhist. Ex-hippie slash Buddha. Yes. And him let her in there. And she was studying cultural affairs. And she was let in as a cultural anthropologist studying Rastafarianism. So I saw them all come all a while, like them want to know something about me. So she, before she died, she is the highest authority on the subject of Rastafarianism. Dr. Carol Yarney was the highest authority. Today, as we speak, the highest authority outside of myself, because if I don't give that respect, I can't get that respect. That is how this thing run. The highest authority today, outside of myself, is a man by the name of Dr. John Omiak from the Smithsonian Institution. Now, Jake's him name. So, those of you who know Jake's know high. But Jake's really high. Because Jake's know me stand predominant. Because where them a push, me not push that. Me stand black. Now, after Kumi letting Carol, 1972, he was the one also put it in a Bob head. Figure work with Blackwell. So you have to know we trigger off this collaboration thing. Now, we were of the opinion that we're going to take in the collaborator them, knowing that they are agent, and work them as double and triple agent. I don't know if you understand me, I tell you now. So what I'm saying, Kumi, bringing in Carol, we were very clear what we were doing. We were very clear. We were very clear of the information that we feed to Carol. Because we know what we were doing with her. We know what we were doing. So we turned Carol into double and triple agent. So we make Carol work for we too. Because as the system set, these are the people that might have the resource because they have Jakes have the whole Smithsonian. There's a file upon myself, Dr. Yarney, and Mortimer Planner, locked away in the Smithsonian of our collaboration. You should know this. That file will not be unsealed until 50 years after my death. So listen how this thing I work now. Because sometimes you sit down in front of your TV and you watch National Geography. And when you watch National Geography, you will see the Smithsonian put on some ancient history. So some of the things that I'm telling you now, it might sound like far-fetched. But my children maybe not live to see this. But my grandchildren, 50 years from now, they will see documentary company telling like, oh, this was the Rasta man that did that. This was the Rasta man that did that. This was where the culture is coming from. And if nobody is there to tell my grandchildren, they will be sitting in front of telling what, looking at their grandfather, and they know that them grandfather and them great-grandfather is who these people is talking about. So that's how ancestral role and part get disappear. So here I am telling you things now that maybe you should know. The Smithsonian and McGill University in Canada have dossiers on Sons of Thunder, Rasta International, Brother Comey, all of us, them have dossier upon us. File away in the vault that cannot be released until 50 years after each of us death. So Carol did before Planner. So 50 years after Planner, Carol death, you will hear Dr. Corleone was the first lady to infiltrate the Rasta, and she did this, she did that, follow on this university, that university, because scholars, virgins, let me tell you something. I don't want to think say me I lose my thought. No. My thought, so much things in my head. So when certain word trigger off, other things, can you ever get trigger off now? Why did you think that the government in Jamaica give Dr. Planner a degree and put him to control the folklore department at the university, the cultural science department? Let me tell you why. The first set of anthropologists came to Jamaica in 1957 to do anthropology research on us. A man by the name of Simpson. He was, at the time, was in the dark days. Them time the Claudius Henry run the thing. There was a time in Jamaica when none Rasta, no white man or white woman could have go near a Bingy camp. There was a time like that in Jamaica. Me tell you now, them call those times the dark days, where if a white man go near the camp, in the fire key him a go. In the fire key him a go. No one could have stopped that. If a white man go near a Bingy camp, he would have end up in the fire key. This is a race history me a preach. Me a tell you how the thing did set. Right. So when the man seems to come to Jamaica in 1957, him couldn't go nowhere near no Rasta. So what him do? He walk up and down a Band Street and Spanish Town Road and out a Market Gate and out a Grass Yard and them place there. And him stop people who are going to market and ask them questions and take note from them. Now them time there, them refer to I and I as Dirty Rasta. And the people them tell them, say, no, you can't mess with the Dirty Rasta them. If you go near them, they will kill you. They may burn you up, they may do all kind of things. So Dr. Simpson was able to, that was his research on us. So from 1957 up until 1972, Dr. Simpson report was the report that the world have found I and I. Dr. Horace Campbell, who write Rasta and Resistant, that book, my good virgin again too. That book is what changed that negative view of I and I. Now, after Claudius Henry rise up, you did have different elders like Jalide, Aisterani, Sam Brown, historian. Them man they now was more practical thinkers. And them man they would have looked the other way when them say youth manifest certain works. Now, most ghetto youth grew up part and parcel. Cause youth and youth grew up. Some man a Rasta, some man are just a normal youth, but him best virgin a Rasta. So him know the teaching. So for example, as a Rasta youth in the city, stepping is the order of the day. So me a stepper, me a hot stepper. The elder them know say I and I a hot stepper. I and I know say Bongo Water. I'm a priest. I'm a run a church. So I and I know say if we go up at the water yard, we know say a strict order, strict rule. So we know say we have to left that. With the room of them on 9th Street on the corner. And we go in a water yard. Holy. We go in there, we get a blessing. We go in there, go do what we have to go do. We hear and learn what the order is in terms of what is needed in the struggle. And if a man like Bongo Water now go take no donny from I and I because him know say the donny dirty, then there will somebody else run water will take the donny. But I and I always support the cause. Now, at some stage the man them realize say everything is part and parcel. So the part and parcel is that you can't have a movement and don't have a military wing. You can't have a movement and don't have vanguard. Right? So when the man them program I and I now for come take the world, because we come take the world. When me reach London town, coming like my repetition, it a lead me. So, and me I lead me. I'm a repetition, I lead me. So, when me come now and go to the various Rasta house to deal with Rasta business, the first thing the man them start look pan, I would have balled brother. So I'm head them start look pan. So I'm there, I'm head them start look pan. And people take issue with this ballad brother. People take issue with that. Then people take issue, no, but I come my son. So when them realize I come my son, you have people now who see me still and still prejudice because I'm a head. It now have no locks. Right. But what people didn't know is that my looks can penetrate any wall, any barrier, any fence, my look. Because when me I jump a fence, I just a man I jump a fence. But if a lax man I jump the fence, is a rasta man I jump the fence. Do you understand the difference? If I jump the fence right now, people just say a man jump the fence and will describe me as a man jump the fence. And then say a black man jump the fence. But if a lax man jump the fence, it is a rasta man, not a lax man. A rasta man that jump the fence. Do you understand the magnitude why you have to have man like I? Now, ones and ones round here, as I tell you before, them go to school round here and them know how to speak and things. So the man them start say, them can have a man like me. Because one, me a whole gunman, me a whole this, me a whole that. But these people were so short-sighted that them never say a PA gunman. Parliament did not deal with at the time. Them can't, me tell you something, see, some people, you know, them don't understand this thing. Yeah. Here it is Rasta tell me that them can't have me represent them call me a gunman. When the government and PA gunman them are dealing. A gunman are run things. From a born till now, I PA gunman run things, you know. What do you think the Belfast thing was all about? Sinn Féin and Jerry Adams. A bad man, them man, they run things and Parliament have to talk to them man, they know. Arafat, Gaddafi, Saddam, name it. A PA bad man. So called. So when me a Rasta say, boy, we can't have a man like Bonnie at this percent because right now them man, I say, yeah, them hear that, yeah. So, when the old man empower me now for come take over as the ambassador, me come forward there. And at the time, me try to align myself with Roz, Rastafari Universal Zion. Today, you know, if we must be practical, the government had tried to engage me several times. But true, me not have nothing to sell, because this thing cannot be sold. Me not engage for the main reason that the government want to tell me how it figure. And I saw the thing set. No, we're not engaged on them term there. And we are going to engage when we free to do what we want to do as long as we not broke the law. Every year them come for me, you know. Every year them come for me. I say, Jaboni, we go march from Windward Square to Parliament. I'm going to say, for what? But in a march. No, star. The last time me march, man, me burn down the whole of City Kingston. Mm-hmm. The last time me march, I know Walter Rodney thing. The last time me march. And when me go to Jamaica right now, me say place still burn down from that time till now, no build up. That's part of my depression when me go to Jamaica. Because I couldn't understand, say we burn down place, what, 50 years ago? And the place them there the same way, no build up back yet. Downtown. Yeah? So me no marching thing. Me tell a man, say, when me go march, me have to have some boom, whether back boom or real boom, but me have to have some boom. Because marching is about booming up the place too. And make people know, say, you see what's where you go march for. Right. So the infiltration are the thing. The first part of it is scholaristicism, because the whole black movement in the US, the boys that clash with Marcus Garvey for the same reason. Because Marcus Garvey was supposed to be a coconut nigga from Jamaica with no formal training. So the boys with theme how Harvard University backings could make Marcus lead them. I come to England, yeah, and at the same thing, I come on up in where people with locks claiming that, boy, Bonnie can't have a talk straight. How we are going to make Bonnie represent we. You know, there's no movement here today, and there's no interest today into forming any movement. There's none. There's no I think whatever Rasta organization is here today, it's on paper and paper only. I think Babita Christian have a church front over there somewhere in West London. And I think 12 Tribe have a premises where ever so often them keep anniversary celebration. Or it's a little premises, so it's like a little private. But there's no real meaningful organization or anything. And it's not like I can start something. But the mindset of the people that I encounter with every day is not ready. So therefore I'll be on my own. Because here it is. I have received several invites to several places to attend multicultural events. And I've always refused. And when I refuse to attend these events, people question me and I say, Bonnie, but in England you're there. How you mean you're not mixed with the people them? Can you imagine this? Somebody asked me, why me not mixed with other people? I may show them, say, but other people now mix with I and I. You know, realize that this is a city where you have every culture is in London City. Every culture. But every culture that exists in London City exists in their own private, inclusive space. So up at Stanford, you have the Jewish people. Them have them own police. Them have them own everything. And them function as such. So you know, see no Jew man a come at our thing. And we are not allowed to go to any synagogue or any of their affair. Watch how it function. Nobody not tell you say you can't come now. Nobody not tell you say you can't come. But there's an invisible line there where you just know say you're not supposed to go and a Senegal if you go mix with no Jew. I just say use the Jew them now. Because I could have said the Turkish, I could have said the Polish, I could have said different. Yeah. But for somehow, our people, black people, I don't know if it's an inferior complex, I don't know what it is, so I'm not going to label it. You all can label it. If me say, me want a building for Rasta, or for black people, but this building will be black only building. You know the first thing people start say? Oh, bunny you racist, bunny you prejudice, and all kind of fallacy. And if me have a building and say, this is a black building, trust me, no white man not come in there. No Indian man not come in there. But you know who are coming to come mash it up? Who own. See? So now, it gone back now to discipline. Because in my time, Panjam Rock, no boy couldn't go a bingy camp, go this no bingy order. We go for that and go tie up that and flag that. And if it have a long locks, to we trim that. So I them think they gone out of the thing because you what them do now. The whole of the Rasta vanguard and the Rasta security, who no make Babylon put label upon them, say them a wicked man, gun man, and all kind of man. When these were the man that was protecting the order. So, I don't know how now get forward to the order. Because why you think say a whole heap of people, everybody just jump up in a Rasta business and a Rasta now. Because my generation, all of us will take him to prison at some stage for things that we did for the order. And the order did abandon I and I. Yes. And when I and I fight from within the system, force the system to create a business for I and I, and when we win the case and send the case go to Jamaica, yeah? And the US now, through the Smithsonian, decide that it have to go study with and accommodate with, it use the Smithsonian Folks Department to bring in the first set of elder rally around the red, green, and gold circle throne program. It was I and I, who bring that about. I and I, the prisoners. I and I, who had manifest Rasta physically, we didn't sing about it. We take the ground. While singers are singing, we take the ground and establish what we establish. But to get rid of us, them use them media and them label way, all kind of extreme label. So people start shun themselves from us. That's how them take. You don't want to know how them take away the movement. Them lock we up. Because I tell you something. My generation, you know. Tell you something. I telling you already. You know. The boy, when him name, Virgin boy, Richard Branson, run up in our thing, you know. Yeah. And take Tuko, Tapazuki, take Tapazuki. Tapazuki was the first man signed with Virgin. Yeah? And look how bright this boy Richard is now. South Africa under apartheid. And him want put Tapazuki on tour for go tour South Africa with a group named Police. The white group named the Police, him want the MPLA singer for go tour. You see the liberty? And when we say that can't work, in no shelf Tuko. And when we call back, can I repeat that story? When we call back for the contract, what him say? Him nah give back the contract. You hear that? A 13 Rima man from the team go in him office at Madison Square Garden. Gun, pint, stick up in whole office. And we take back the contract there. So over there. So I'm going to tell you the power what we did have in the 70s. No boy no played Bob Marley. No boy no played Peter Touch. No boy no played with no artists. Because they would have we to deal with. After we got prison. Yeah? After we, the whole of we got prison. That's when they was able now to just haul and pull the movement and shape it. Because I tell you, I bet you, the boy Roger Steve never see one eye yet. Yeah, because I talk about Rastaman when I beg nothing. Not my generation, we not beg people nothing. Anything I want, me just draw my gun and take that. Some daily people, draw my gun and take that. Straight. So these are the things them that gone out of the thing. Rasta no have no vanguard when them speak. We protect the elders, we protect nobody, we protect the infant. Them things are gone. No man no they protect nothing again. If we no want we discuss how we are going to become an entity that other people have to respect. People have to know so when you're this, you get this. This for this. Some man have said them are part of this and them are run this. Right? Them are run this. But them are run it selfishly. Because them not run it for no say it is an order. Whether me a borough, whether me a 12 tribe. Because, like me tell you, I work for every house, no work for you know. I tell you something for know. 2001, when I go to Jamaica, I'm tell you what you know. 2001, when I go to Jamaica, a Marty Planner gave me ambassadorship. I sent a fax from Imperial World Federation, Church of Haile Selassie. When him hear that, Him say, no, can't make plan alone a work, Bunny. No, Bunny. I want you the international president for Ethiopian World Federation. Today as I speak, I am the president. Because me not run no election with nobody. Me have documentation where Center Facts will build that. Enroll me as the president because him need my support was to rise the church of Haile Selassie in this country. So, me is a man where sit at all time doormat. When the elder, after get enrolled as ambassador, and come for the London and all, me have a brethren, part of my team, Gabri, right? Gabri, I don't know how that happened. But the Portuguese killed Gabri in South Africa. And no investigation was ever carried out. And the way I heard Gabby dead, Gabby got shot and could have survived that wound, but when he was taken to the hospital in South Africa, there was two elements that he couldn't deal with. One, he couldn't speak no language, so he couldn't speak to express himself to the hospital staff. And two, he never have no medical insurance. And because he is a Rasta man, then just ignore him. Now, speaking about South Africa, while we were in South Africa, we established a lot of things. But one of the most important things that I think I have established in South Africa is to open up Rasta to the wider public. Yeah, it was Ija Bunny who opened up Rasta to the wider public. While I was in South Africa, yes, South Africa have the most Rasta in the world, or lax people in the world. But you have to understand now how Rasta function at the time. Rasta was outcast. So that when them walk in the city, them walk in them city with them head down, not interacting with the normal people. Now at the time, we have the bookstore named Raddles. We had opened a bookstore downtown Johannesburg on a street named Jeppe Street. We opened that. And Saturday morning, would have run study class from the shop front. What I noticed, because as I said, I was the only non-lax man in the team. So what I noticed, we were selling other things. So sometime I would outside the shop observing how the interaction with the people is moving. And what I noticed is that the normal people would be walking past the shop. That's the normal everyday people. And it's only Rasta are going to the shop. Yeah? So one morning, there was a discussion in the shop And I was a part of that discussion. But there was a lot of Rasta in the shop. So, but it was a busy Saturday morning. So people I go about them business and start looking at the shop. So how it look, you see, Ja work mysteriously, you know. Tell you how it look. It look like this one bald man in the shop and like 50 Rasta a gang up on me. This is the look. Can you imagine what I'm telling you? Me alone at the shop and me attack strongly, because you see me talk strongly. So me attack strongly to the Rasta them and thing. Yeah? And people are pass and are looking at the shop and it's like them I say, wait. I look at the man I want to help. Them things say a gang, the rest them gang up on me. So the people them start coming in the shop for look what go on. Only if you find out say me is a Rasta man too. The people them was so shocked. Because them never know say man will look like me could have been Rasta too. Yeah? And from that day, it's Johannesburg with there now. So who have been to Johannesburg know me I talk about now. A whole heap of university and college in a Johannesburg. And a whole heap of the people who pass the shop is professors, lawyers and doctors. I Jabone have a lot of them people as my friend. Because them never know say people will look like me. They didn't arrest them. So I'm going to show you the power of the look here. And if you don't want to know the power of the look here, go back and look for Leonard Percival Howell. I will say, it's a whole different, it's a mindset. Now, a lot of people like to talk and argue about. So how you fire gun and your Rasta? You know, me no answer them comment there now. People ask question like, so you steal things, so oh you Rasta and steal things. So wait. Where them question there go? Wait. As a Rasta, me no need things though. If you want to go work for your things, then go work for your things. Don't worry about me. Oh, me get my things. Because me have art enough. I'm telling you already. If you go get my things. See? So, what me see now, people pan the attack gun, them attack now. Oh, Rasta don't do this, and Rasta don't do that, and Rasta don't do that, and Rasta. And is that some people keep emphasize what Rasta don't do. Can't tell me what Rasta do. Anyway, like me say, me never plan for come have no big discourse. What me love still, the people who must subscribe, if them can tell me how to work the program so we can have live debate and live discourse so we can set it where we can call and then we can have, because people are direct still what to talk about. But you see what, if somebody want to talk about something and it's out of my remit, then I might can be able to say, here is John, that was his field or his specialty. Because again, with Rasta, like I said, it was not doctrine, and is you have to commit yourself to the upliftment of the African people or black people. You have to commit yourself to that. And once you commit yourself to that, then you will know what you have to do, how you are going to do it, how you are going to go about it to make your impact be established in the bigger picture. So I'm going again, but give thanks to everyone that take time out for listen and share on views and opinion. And some things I don't answer because some of the questions them answer themselves. It's just that the person never really read back them question. Because that's all I have to do, read back a question. They realize, but me not answer the one this question. So perfect love again, everyone.